All I can even remember today is the screams of her mom, but also the helicopters that was flying above us and the media that came after that. And it seems like every single step we took in business, we were finding ourselves trying to just reclaim ourselves. My name is Shontina Gladney. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I seem like I was constantly living in the aftermath of the situations that happened in my life through my businesses that was failing and through experiences, and as well as just the trauma that continued to seem like it happened time after time again. I was living what I thought was the most amazing life ever. And my dreams when I was a little girl growing up, me and my cousin, we used to always tell ourselves what kind of house we would live in, the children we would have, the businesses that we would have. And as I began to take those steps towards business, becoming successful, and lo and behold, life, a gut punch happens into where one of the experiences was a young girl, a young baby, was left on the daycare van by one of our staff. And so to have it where not only for that baby to have lost her life, but then also just knowing what we had to go through as business owners in the community and prove ourselves every single time. And we found ourselves where we were on the other side of the law and going through court from a federal standpoint and all of those things, and ending up where coming from doing amazing in the community, helping our community, building what we thought was our dream for our family, ended up in prison, federal prison. And to have went through something like that, it was the most life-altering situation. Also, just living in the aftermath when we came home from reentry, from getting out of prison, trying to take those steps to rebuild. And it was days I didn't want to get out the bed. Time after time, I did not want to get out the bed. And we ended up where our house ended up catching a fire. We didn't have insurance on our home. Those are just things that you just misstep. And one thing just leads to another. The next thing I know, I have stage 2 breast cancer. I just knew that was the last blow. So what began to change for me was the day that I was sitting in a hotel room, and some friends had called and said, you know what, we have an opportunity we want you to take a look at. And my husband and I, we were so embarrassed to tell them we were staying in a hotel. We said, we'll meet you somewhere. And so we did. And on that day, they shared with us the opportunity that I had been telling my girlfriend about for years, that I knew it was something that was going to go ahead and began to have me to see that my dreams was not going to stay right where they were, and that things would change for the better for us, but I just didn't know how. I met with those individuals, got started with this new business venture that has truly began to just open up my eyes and began to have me and my husband to begin to dream again. But also we was able to find individuals that they wasn't focused on our past. They was more focused on our future. I said, you know what? This is it. This is truly it. I was able to do something that I thought I wouldn't have been able to do for 20 or 30 years. I began to travel, take my grandbaby to Puerto Rico when she was only 3 months old, took her to Hawaii when she was only a year old, but then also began to find myself, my love of teaching and educating adults and individuals on how it is that they can begin to live and to dream again. Praise God, I don't look like what I've been through. And so now, you know what? I went from living next door to the house that I grew up in, but now I'm living on the lake shores of Wisconsin. I wake up every day looking at the lake, and it's only due to this amazing opportunity My husband and I, he's able to receive the best of care, and that's because of this opportunity. I didn't have to take 40 years to be able to start back.